Imagine you have two clients sitting in front of you. Same diet, same exercise routine, same lab values. One has a BMI of 22. One has a BMI of 42. If you would make different recommendations for each individual, this is rooted in weight stigma. There's no way they have the same diet. No single possible way that two people are hundreds of pounds apart with the same diet and exercise. And if that somehow was the case, you can bet I would make different recommendations. I'd get the person with a BMI of 42 to a specialist right away because they clearly have something that's very wrong with their metabolism, their thyroid, or just their basic fat burning and storing systems. Like the 22 BMI person seems to be doing a good job. So good job, fictional, healthy, average human. But, weight stigma. It's not weight stigma, it's just basic science. There's something weirdly fat-phobic about the image of a thin woman so scared of becoming or being fat that she must destroy all systems of categorizing bodies as such. Okay, so she literally suffered from an eating disorder, which is heavily impacted and triggered by scales. So, like, the image of her smashing the scales, I'm pretty sure I saw somewhere that she was saying it was really empowering for her. And also, it's just an empowering image for people who get so obsessed with the needle dropping and weigh themselves multiple times a day and have obsessive cyclical thoughts. But, she's thin, so it's fat phobic that she's smashing scales. Only fat people can smash scales now. Like, go off, I guess. But seriously, these people need to look up some facts before taking to the keyboard. Anorexia isn't attractive. True. Obesity isn't attractive. Untrue. Anorexia is a disorder, an illness. Obesity is a weight. No weight is unattractive. And yet another, I'm body positive, but only if you're not a skinny beach. Probably the same person that looks at a perfectly normal girl and goes, I can't look like that because I'm not anorexic. Like, obesity is a literal illness. Like, can you imagine going up to a doctor? Hello, sir, and how much do you currently weigh? Last time I checked, I weighed, obesity, give or take a few pounds. Like, what? You can't weigh obesity is not a weight. Obesity is also an illness. That's how I want to introduce myself. Oh, what do you weigh? Obesity. Reminder that your before body is someone's present or future body, which they already love or are attempting to get along with, so please cease and desist with the before and afters. Thumbs up. Yet another vendetta against before and afters. I'm going to tell everyone watching, celebrate your achievements. You deserve to be proud. If other people are upset by that, then that's their problem. When I went from 215 pounds to 160, I did a progress photo, and I love to see the change. And lots of people start at 160 and go to 130. I'm not crying to my dada that Kristen's starting weight is my current weight. That's just dumb and you need therapy. Oops, I'm so clumsy, y'all. I tripped and fell in my doctor's office while waiting for the doctor to get us, completely removing the BMI chart taped to the wall. Shrug. It's the funniest thing, really. I somehow got the chart and even the tape bits, evidence, stuck on the wall afterwards off too. And they ended up crushed in a ball at the very bottom of the trash can. I just have no idea how I managed to do that. I'm just thankful I didn't hurt myself in the process. Hashtag so clumsy, hashtag big oops, hashtag sorry, not sorry, hashtag FBMI, hashtag good deed of the day. Oh my god, I feel like I just had an aneurysm reading that. Like, you're so cute and clumsy, no. Like, they're gonna notice that a poster's gone. They're not gonna walk in and be like, oh, nothing has changed in this room. This giant poster on my wall is no longer there, but I don't notice. Like, and what do they think? That BMI is suddenly gonna disappear because the chart's not there? Imagine being so touchy and fragile that a poster of a general health marker hurts you so much you tear it down and throw out other people's property. cheeseburger and cheese fries from Sonic for lunch. My fat fighters will help block a big portion of the carbs and fats from being absorbed. So I'm thinking and hoping that this one is just a joke, but some people will seriously take a supplement and continue to eat like junk and wonder why it doesn't work and complain about diet culture. That junk doesn't work. Only proper diet and exercise work. Not supplements, not diet pills, not even appetite suppressants if you're going to go out and eat McDonald's afterwards. Like, sorry, it's that simple. Proper diet and exercise. I don't make the rules, hun. So this one is basically just asking if like working out or exercising is fat phobic. And this one person was like, not only is it fat phobic, but it's inherently racist, since gym rates are expensive specifically to keep people of color out of the gyms. Like, stop saying gyms are racist. Because one, you mean classist because you're talking about income and poverty. So to apply that to all people of color is racist because, good job, you played yourself and called all people of color inherently poor. White people can also live below the poverty line, and people of color can also be wealthy, middle and upper class. So it's kind of you're the one being racist now. And two, you don't need a damn gym to work out. Go for a walk or a jog in the free outdoors. Do sit-ups, push-ups, planks. Use your own body weight to work out. Run up and down stairs. You don't need a gym for any of that. Go work out, be the best you can be, and get fit. Without a gym membership. The term obese is a slur, violent, dehumanizing, it's anti-black. It being a medical term doesn't make it any less of a slur. Okay, so I just touched on the race one with the last one, but words cannot be violent. Violence requires physical force. There's no physical force in me telling or calling you obese. It's just facts. Medical fact. And no, not a slur. Now, if I punched you in the face and called you obese, that's violent. But over here in the real world, violence has to have physical force intended to harm or kill. Sorry, I don't brew the tea, I just serve it. Diets aren't about portion control, they're about mind control. You heard it here first, folks. Like, what are they even getting at? If you count portions, you're brainwashed? Your mind is now mine to control. This isn't a damn game of Sims. I mean, yeah, you gotta rethink how you eat and respond to emotion and food. You gotta control your portions and your mind, so I guess it's mind control? Self-mind control. I don't know. Fat phobia isn't just being bullied for being fat. It's being forced to shop online and spend more money because the store doesn't carry your size. Well, they can't carry every size. There's only so much space in a store. And if you don't have the sizes in the store, maybe you need to rethink your own life. We only sell this t-shirt in unisex in your size. Okay? So you're complaining that it's not fitted? If you're that big, you probably shouldn't be in something fitted anyways. It's having to buy 2 plane tickets for 1 person. Yes, because if you take up more than 1 seat, you need to buy more than 1 ticket. If I want to put my wedding dress on a seat beside me instead of a carry-on, I need to buy a ticket for that seat. I'm using it, I buy the ticket for it. It's not that hard to understand. It's having medical conditions overlooked because of your weight. Your medical conditions are probably directly correlated to your weight, or at least made worse by them, so not overlooked, just addressing the most obvious cause first. It's having fat people in media only be comic relief or the villain, or not featured at all. Oh no, I don't have representation. Literally, just walk outdoors. There's your representation. So many people nowadays are obese that if you want representation, just look out your window. It's people saying to your partner, you're with them. I doubt that happens. That definitely doesn't happen. It's being found disgusting for sweating, even when you're exercising. Sweat is just gross all over. Like, I'm not obese, but when I sweat, I don't like to sweat. It's gross. But, like, no one's going into the gym like, ew, that person's sweating. People walk into the gym expecting it to smell like sweat and feet. That's just what gyms smell like. It's being considered a fetish. Oh, okay, super thin people and anorectics can be fetishized too. That's not fat phobic. It's just really, really creepy. It's so much more than being bullied by words, but for some reason, people seem to think that if they don't hear someone actively saying, F fat people, they suck. I personally think fat people should die. Then nothing can be fat phobic. Maybe nothing can be fat phobic because it's a made up word for you to be the victim. Just a thought. Ooh, another fragility. Small fat fragility. Noun. Defensiveness by those on the small end of the fat spectrum when they are asked to consider how weight stigma more deeply and systematically harms bigger bodies and what their personal role is in dismantling that harm. So this time they're attacking their own community. Hi, yes, I'm fat activist number 213, and you aren't fat. You're just fat. So please turn in your fat card and pick up your privilege card. Like, what? If you aren't fat enough for fat acceptance, you automatically are tasked with dismantling what people who have it worse go through? Like, this is why they claim that they're body positivity, but they're only body positive to the bodies that they like, which, newsflash, not body positive. PSA, it's time to ditch your scale for good, because guess what? You don't need to know how much you weigh. Unless you're an athlete that needs to stay in a weight class, your body's exact gravitational force is completely irrelevant. More than athletes need to know their weight. Like, if it's causing you mental distress, sure, ditch the scale for a therapist, but there's no harm in knowing how much you weigh so long as your mental health is intact. Lots of people like to monitor how much they weigh to keep themselves in a healthy range that they feel comfortable with. That's not a crime. Like, can we stop attacking scales that are just there to measure and start attacking the mentality that makes us smash scales in the first place? Thanks. Fun fact, you can be fired in 49 states for being fat. There's a difference between systematic fat phobia and hurt feelings. Thank you and good night. Okay, one, I want to know what the one state that lets you be fat is, and two, fun fact, this isn't true. So, thank you and good night. False fact. And finally, calories don't count at Christmas. Calories always count. You can enjoy holidays and cheat meals and plan for them accordingly, or you can have your holiday treats in moderation. The shirt is all cute and funny, but I can guarantee that the second a thin person wore that, fat acceptance would be all over how rude and harmful and fat phobic it was. So, like, it goes from something that's just like funny, silly holiday shirt, and like, depending on who was wearing it, it would be like the epitome of society collapsing and fat phobia taking over because a thin, like, that shirt doesn't look like it's built for a very big person. So, like if I went and wore that shirt, I'd be like some fat phobic monster. But if, like, they bought it in a 3XL, all of a sudden it's making a statement and an effing diet culture, and I don't know. With that, I'm gonna end before I lose my mind at looking at any more of these. This is my first video, so thank you if you watched through the whole thing and listened to my annoying voice go on, or if you just stayed for the photos, because frankly, I would have, because they're hilarious. So if you like it, like the video. If you want to see more, hear more of me talking, then subscribe. Yeah, and thanks for watching.